The begging dragon. The rain fell slowly over the broken city. Neon lights flickered on tall metal buildings, but many streets below were dark and empty. Trash floated in small pools of dirty water. Most people hurried past with their heads down, trying to escape the cold night. From one narrow alley, a shadow moved. It was not a machine. It was not a human. A dragon mother stepped into the light. She was small for a dragon, her scales dull and cracked. One wing dragged across the ground, torn and burned long ago. Each step looked painful. Her breathing was weak and uneven. In her front claws, she held something close to her chest. Her baby, the tiny dragon, was no bigger than a house cat. Her eyes were half closed. Her body was thin. Every breath came with a soft, broken sound, like a dying flame. The mother dragon stopped. She looked around the street. Humans noticed her. Some froze in fear. Some shouted. Some ran away. "Dragon!" someone screamed. A shop door slammed shut. Lights turned off. Windows closed. The dragon mother did not roar. She did not spread her wings. She lowered her head. Slowly, carefully, she walked forward. Across the street, a human man sat under a broken street shelter. He wore an old military jacket. His hair was gray. His face was hard, marked by time and war. He was eating from a small metal box. Just simple food. Nothing special. The dragon mother saw it and stopped. Her legs shook. Her claws tightened around her baby. She remembered rules burned into her mind. Humans fear dragons. Dragons do not beg. But her baby moved weakly in her arms. The dragon mother swallowed her pride. She stepped closer. The man noticed her now. His hand stopped halfway to his mouth. His eyes narrowed. He had seen dragons before. On battlefields. In firestorms. Screaming in rage. This one was different. She stopped 3 steps away. Rain ran down her face, mixing with dirt and blood. Then slowly, the dragon mother bent her front legs. She knelt. Gasps came from people watching from far away. A dragon, kneeling? She lowered her head until it touched the ground. Then she did something no one expected. She pushed her baby forward. The tiny dragon made a soft sound. Not a roar. Not a threat. A cry. The human felt his chest tighten. The dragon mother lifted her head, just enough to look at him. Her eyes were not angry. They were desperate. She pointed gently at his food, then at her child. She did not speak words. She did not need to. The message was clear. "Please, just a little. My daughter is dying." The man's heart pounded. His mind screamed at him to stand up, to run, to call security drones. Helping dragons was illegal. Touching them could mean prison or death. He remembered the war. Fire in the sky. Friends screaming. Orders shouted through smoke. Dragons were the enemy. But this one was a mother. The baby dragon coughed softly. The sound hit him harder than any weapon. He remembered another night. Another storm. A young soldier bleeding out in his arms, whispering for water he did not have. His jaw tightened. Slowly, the man opened his metal food box. People watching whispered, "Is he crazy? She'll kill him." "Don't do it." The dragon mother did not move. She waited. The man broke a small piece of food with his fingers. His hand shook as he reached out. The dragon mother tensed, ready to pull back. But he stopped short. He placed the food on the ground between them. Then he stepped back. Silence filled the street. The dragon mother stared at the food. She sniffed it, carefully. Then she looked at the man. For a long moment, neither moved. Finally, she nudged the food toward her baby. The tiny dragon opened her mouth. She took a bite. Color slowly returned to her scales. Her breathing eased. A soft, warm glow appeared in her chest. The dragon mother closed her eyes. A deep, shaking breath escaped her. She lowered her head again, this time even deeper. Not as a beggar, as thanks. The man felt something strange in his eyes. Rain, he told himself. Just rain. He didn't see the dark shape moving on a nearby rooftop. He didn't hear the quiet click of a drone activating. He didn't know that this small act of kindness had already been noticed. The city lights flickered, and the night held its breath. The veteran who wouldn't kneel. The human did not leave. That alone was strange. Most humans ran from dragons. Even soldiers. Even heroes. But this man stayed seated, rain soaking into his old jacket, eyes fixed on the dragon mother and her child. The dragon mother slowly lifted her head. She smelled fear on humans before. Sharp, loud, violent. This man smelled different. Old metal, old smoke, old pain. The baby dragon finished the last bite of food and made a soft sound, almost like a purr. A small flame flickered in her throat, weak but alive. The dragon mother pulled her child close. Her tail wrapped around the baby in a protective circle. She looked at the human again. This time, she spoke. Her voice was low and broken, like stone cracking after fire. "You are not afraid," she said. The man did not answer right away. He stood up slowly. His knees creaked. His body carried scars under the jacket, burn marks, cuts, and one deep wound that never healed right. "I am afraid," he finally said, "but I've been afraid my whole life." That answer confused her. Humans always lied to dragons. This one did not. "My name is Evan Cole," he said. "Former infantry. Human Alliance War." At that name, the dragon mother stiffened. That war. Dragons remembered it well. Cities burned. Skies turned red. Millions died on both sides. "You kill my kind," she said quietly. Evan nodded. "Yes." No excuse. No defense. Just truth. "I was good at it too," he added. "That's why I'm still alive." The rain grew heavier. From far away, a drone hovered silently, its red eye glowing in the dark. The dragon mother stepped back once. "You should leave," she said. "They will come." "I know," Evan replied. He glanced up just once. He saw the drone and smiled. A cold smile. The kind soldiers wore right before everything went wrong. "They always come," he said. The dragon mother studied him closely now. "Then why stay?" she asked. Evan looked at the baby dragon. Small, warm, alive. "Because once," he said, "no one stayed for me." Memories hit him like a hammer. A battlefield, fire raining from the sky, dragons screaming above, his unit trapped under rubble. He remembered begging over the comms. "We need help. Anyone." No one came. Only silence. Only fire. "I survived," he said, voice tight, but something in me didn't. The dragon mother lowered her head slightly, not in submission, but understanding. "You are broken," she said. "So are you," Evan replied. For a moment, the city disappeared. It was just them, a broken human, a broken dragon. Then the drone spoke. "Unregistered dragon detected. Step away, human." Red lights appeared at the end of the street. More drones, weapons armed. The dragon mother's wings flared weakly. "I cannot fight," she said. "Not like this." Evan rolled his shoulders. "You won't have to." He reached into his jacket. The dragon mother tensed. Humans always had weapons. But instead of a gun, he pulled out a small metal badge. Old, scratched, almost forgotten. The drones paused. Identity confirmed. One said, "Veteran class, Black Sigma." Whispers spread through the crowd. Black Sigma veterans were ghosts. Officially dead. Unofficially dangerous. Evan clipped the badge back inside his jacket. He stepped forward, placing himself between the drones and the dragon. "She's under my protection," he said calmly. "That is not legal," the drone replied. Evan's eyes hardened. "Neither was the war you ordered me to fight." The air felt heavy. The dragon mother felt something shift, something old and powerful. "You should not do this," she warned him. "They will kill you." Evan looked back at her. A tired smile crossed his face. They tried before. Suddenly, a sharp pain exploded in the dragon mother's side. A shot. She cried out. The baby dragon screamed. The crowd panicked. "Non-compliant target," the drones announced. Evan moved. Fast. Too fast for an old man. He grabbed the dragon mother as she fell, pulling her behind cover. The baby dragon slipped from her claws and landed in Evan's arms. The moment his skin touched the baby dragon, the world stopped. A pulse of heat rushed through his chest. Ancient, alive, awakening. The baby dragon looked up at him, and her eyes glowed gold. Far above the city, something ancient stirred, and for the first time in centuries, dragons felt a human again. When the city turned its guns, the baby dragon screamed. The sound was small, but it cut through the street like thunder. Evan felt it vibrate inside his bones. Heat rushed through his arms, not burning, not hurting, awakening. The dragon mother tried to stand, blood running down her side. Her legs failed. She collapsed against the broken wall, gasping. "Give her back," she whispered. "Please." Evan knelt beside her, holding the baby close. "I won't let them take her," he said. Red lights filled the street. 6 drones hovered now, weapons locked, cold, silent. Behind them, armored human officers arrived, rifles raised. "Step away from the dragon," a voice shouted through a speaker. People watched from behind doors and windows. Some prayed, some recorded, some smiled. Evan stood slowly. He placed the baby dragon against his chest, shielding her with his body. "She's a child," he said loudly. "She hasn't hurt anyone. She's a classified threat," the officer replied. "Move. Now." The baby dragon pressed her small claws into Evan's jacket. Her eyes glowed brighter. Gold fire flickered around her scales. The drones adjusted their aim. The dragon mother saw it, and her eyes widened in fear. "No," she whispered. "Not yet." Evan did not understand. Then the first shot fired. A warning blast hit the ground inches from his feet. Concrete exploded. People screamed. Evan didn't move. Instead, he stepped forward. "One more step," the officer warned, "and you're dead." Evan laughed softly. A broken, tired laugh. "I died years ago," he said. "You just didn't notice." Another shot fired. This one aimed at his chest. It never reached him. A wall of golden fire exploded between Evan and the drones. The blast sent officers flying back. The street shook. Windows shattered. Silence followed. Smoke cleared. Evan stood unharmed. The baby dragon floated slightly in his arms, surrounded by glowing symbols. Ancient dragon markings burning in the air. The dragon mother stared in horror. "She chose you," she said. "Oh no." The officers scrambled to their feet. "What the hell is that?" one shouted. The baby dragon opened her mouth. A small flame escaped, but this flame bent reality. Metal twisted. Drones fell from the sky like dead birds. Evan felt memories that were not his own. Old skies, ancient wars, humans and dragons standing together. He gasped. "Get away from him," the officer screamed. A man in a black coat stepped forward from the crowd. He had been watching quietly, smiling. "That won't be necessary," the man said calmly. Everyone froze. Even the drones paused. The man showed a high-level command symbol. "Stand down," he ordered. Reluctantly, the officers obeyed. The man walked closer, eyes locked on the baby dragon. "Beautiful," he said. "Even better than the reports." The dragon mother growled weakly. "You lied," she said. "You said you would help us." The man smiled wider. "And I did," he replied. "You survived long enough." Evan's eyes narrowed. "You know her?" Evan said. "Oh yes," the man answered. "She was royalty once." Gasps spread through the crowd. Royal dragon blood meant power. War. Control. "You used her," Evan said. The man nodded. "To find the child." He reached toward the baby dragon. Evan stepped back instantly. "Touch her," Evan warned, "and you won't have a hand." The man laughed. "You think you can stop us?" he said. "You're one human." The dragon mother pushed herself up with shaking strength. "She's not just a child," she said. "She's the last flame heir." The air felt heavy. The man's smile faded. "That was supposed to be a myth," he whispered. The baby dragon cried again. This time, the sky answered. Thunder rolled. High above the city, shadows moved through the clouds. Very large shadows. Dragons. Real dragons. The city alarm screamed. Evan looked up. The dragon mother followed his gaze. "They felt her bond awaken," she said. "They are coming." The man in black took a step back. "This changes things," he muttered. Evan held the baby dragon tighter. He didn't know how. He didn't know why. But he knew one thing. This child had chosen him. And now the entire world wanted her. The dragon mother looked at Evan with burning eyes. "If they take her," she said, "she will become a weapon." Evan clenched his jaw. "Then they won't take her," he said. Above them, dragon roars shook the sky. And below them, human weapons armed again. The city was about to burn. The truth hidden in fire. The sky split open with thunder. Massive shapes moved inside the clouds. Wings wider than buildings. Eyes like burning suns. Ancient dragons. People fell to their knees. Some cried. Some prayed. Some ran. Evan stood still. Rain turned to steam around him as heat filled the air. The baby dragon clung to his chest, shaking. The dragon mother forced herself upright, pain screaming through her body. "They are the elders," she said. "They ruled before humans built cities." One of the ancient dragons descended slowly. When it landed, the ground cracked. Its scales were black and gold, carved with symbols older than language. Its eyes locked onto Evan and narrowed. "A human," the dragon spoke. Its voice shook the city, carrying the last flame air. Every sound died. The man in the black coat stepped forward carefully. "Great elder," he said, bowing. "The child will be returned. We only ask." The dragon's eyes flashed. Silence. The man froze. The ancient dragon lowered its massive head toward Evan. "Human," it said, "why do you hold what does not belong to you?" Evan swallowed. He felt small, weak. "Human. She was going to die," Evan said. "So I help." A low rumble passed through the dragon's chest. "That is not enough." Evan looked down at the baby dragon. Her eyes met his, and suddenly, he saw fire. Not burning cities, not war. He saw dragons and humans standing together long ago. He saw the first flame shared between species. He saw a promise broken by fear. Evan gasped. "You abandoned them," he said softly. "Both sides did." The dragon recoiled slightly. The crowd gasped. No human had ever spoken like that to an elder. The dragon mother cried out, "Stop. He does not understand." "Yes, he does," the elder said slowly. The baby dragon lifted her small head. A clear, bright flame rose from her mouth, not hot, not wild. Pure. The elder stared. "The bond is complete," the dragon whispered. "Impossible." The dragon mother's voice broke. "She chose him," she said, "because he would not kneel. He would not command. He would protect." The man in black stepped back in fear. "This was not planned," he muttered. "This was never meant to happen." Evan turned toward him. "You knew," Evan said. "You hunted her. You wanted the child." The man's eyes hardened. "Yes," he said. "A dragon bonded to a human can control both worlds." He raised a hidden device. Before anyone could react, a massive explosion rocked the street. Smoke, fire, screams. Snipers opened fire from rooftops. "This city is under containment," the man shouted. "Eliminate all non-compliant targets." Chaos erupted. The elder dragon roared in rage. "You dare strike during judgment?" But the attackers were ready. Energy weapons hit the ancient dragon's side. The dragon screamed, shaking the sky. Evan ran. He grabbed the dragon mother, pulling her behind shattered concrete. The baby dragon cried, flames leaking from her eyes. "Listen to me," the dragon mother said urgently. "They cannot take her alive. If they do, everything ends." Evan shook his head. "I won't let her die," he said. "She won't," the dragon mother replied. "But I will." Evan froze. "What?" The dragon mother placed her claw over Evan's chest. "You must take her far from here," she said. "Beyond human space. Beyond dragon law." "I can't," Evan said. "You're her mother." The dragon mother smiled sadly. "And you are her future." A blast hit nearby. The dragon mother shoved Evan away and stepped into the open. "No!" Evan shouted. She spread her broken wings. Flames wrapped around her body, bright and violent. "For the last flame," she roared. She flew straight into the attackers. The explosion that followed lit the sky. Evan screamed her name, but it was lost in the fire. The baby dragon howled, a sound so powerful that every dragon in the sky froze. The flames around Evan exploded outward. A protective shield formed instinctively. The elder dragon bowed its head. "The mother has fallen," it said. "The bond is sealed." Evan stood in the fire, shaking. Tears burned his eyes. "I didn't ask for this," he whispered. The elder's voice softened. "Neither did she," it said. "Yet she chose." Sirens wailed across the city. More ships arrived. More weapons. The man in black vanished into the smoke. The elder dragon looked at Evan one last time. "Run, human protector," it said. "The hunt has begun." The sky cleared as the dragons retreated. Evan turned and ran into the burning city, baby dragon pressed to his heart. Behind him lay ashes. Ahead of him lay a future written in fire. And the universe had just chosen its side. The hunt that never sleeps. Evan ran, not like a hero, not like a legend. He ran like a man with nothing left to lose. Fire burned behind him. Sirens screamed across the city. The ground shook as security ships moved overhead, scanning every street, every shadow. The baby dragon clung to him tightly. Her small heart beat fast against his chest. She was afraid. Evan felt it, not with his ears but inside his bones. "It's okay," he whispered, though he did not believe it himself. "I've got you." The city was closing in. Gates slammed shut. Drones filled the sky like metal insects. Screens lit up on walls and towers. Wanted, human traitor, armed with classified dragon asset. Evan cursed under his breath. They were not hunting a man anymore. They were hunting a symbol. The baby dragon lifted her head. Her eyes glowed softly, lighting the dark path ahead. She pointed her nose toward an old tunnel entrance half buried under rubble. Evan hesitated, then trusted her. They slipped into the tunnel just as spotlights swept over the street. Inside, it was cold and wet. Old transport rails ran through the darkness. The air smelled of rust and forgotten things. Evan slowed his breathing. For the first time, silence. But it did not last. A voice echoed from above. "Do not run, Evan Cole." He froze. That voice. The man in black. "You cannot hide forever." The voice continued, calm and confident. "The child is too valuable." Evan pressed his back against the tunnel wall, shielding the baby dragon. "She's not a thing," Evan growled. The voice laughed softly. "Everyone becomes a thing in the end." Heavy footsteps echoed nearby. Multiple. Armed. The baby dragon began to tremble. Her scales flickered between gold and deep red. "No," Evan whispered. "Not yet." But she could feel it. The danger. The fear. The hunt. A wave of heat rolled through the tunnel. Cracks spread along the walls. The man in black stopped walking. "Interesting," he muttered. Evan felt pain explode in his head. Images poured in. Stars. Firestorms. Dragons screaming in chains. Human ships firing into nests full of eggs. Evan gasped and dropped to one knee. The baby dragon cried out. Her flames surged, wild and uncontrolled. "No!" Evan shouted. The tunnel ceiling collapsed. Rock and metal crashed down between Evan and the soldiers. Dust filled the air. Screams followed. Evan stumbled forward, coughing, half blind but alive. He ran until the tunnel opened into an old cargo bay beneath the city. Abandoned. Dark. Safe for now. Evan collapsed against a wall. His hands shook. "I don't know how to do this," he admitted softly. The baby dragon climbed onto his shoulder. She pressed her forehead against his. The pain stopped. The fear faded. A single thought entered his mind, clear and calm. "You do not need to command. You only need to stay." Evan breathed out slowly. Above them, the city searched. The man in black watched the tunnel entrance from afar, eyes cold. "Begin phase 2, he said into his device. Far beyond the city, deep in space, ancient beacons activated. Dragon worlds woke. Human fleets turned. Old treaties shattered like glass. Evan stood up. He adjusted his jacket and secured the baby dragon against his chest. "All right," he said quietly. "If they want to hunt." He looked up toward the hidden stars. Then they picked the wrong man. The baby dragon's flame burned steady and bright. Not wild, not cruel, but alive. And somewhere far away, something ancient smiled. The child who felt the stars. The cargo bay was silent. No alarms, no drones, just darkness, broken crates, and the slow sound of Evan's breathing. The baby dragon rested against his chest, warm and calm now. Her flame no longer flickered wildly. It burned steady, like it had found its center. Evan felt it too. Something had changed. Not outside. Inside. He stood still for a long time, listening. Then the baby dragon lifted her head and looked up. Not at the ceiling. At the stars. Evan followed her gaze, even though he could not see them. "What is it?" he whispered. The baby dragon answered without words. A feeling entered Evan's mind. Distance. Movement. Thousands of eyes opening far away. They're coming, Evan said softly. Not soldiers. Not hunters. Dragons. Across the galaxy, ancient nests stirred. Dragon elders rose from sleep. Mothers pulled their young close. Warriors took to the skies. All of them felt the same call. The last flame heir was awake. Evan staggered as the bond deepened. He saw stars burn past him. He felt wings cut through space. He felt fear, not of humans, but of what humans would do. He fell to one knee. I don't want a war, he said through clenched teeth. The baby dragon placed her claw on his cheek. Her eyes glowed brighter. Neither do I. The thought was soft, clear. Evan froze. You can speak. Only to you, she replied. Tears filled his eyes. Above the city, human command centers lit up with panic. Readings spiked. Signals flooded in. Dragon movement detected in dozens of systems. They're responding, an officer shouted. All of them. The man in black stood calmly at the center of the room. Good, he said. Fear will make them obey. Back in the cargo bay, the baby dragon suddenly stiffened. Pain rippled through her small body. Evan caught her. What's wrong? She cried out, a sharp, frightened sound. They're pulling at me. Evan felt it then. A force. Cold. Mechanical. Human technology locking onto the bond. They're trying to control you, Evan said, anger rising. Through me, the baby dragon's flame flared dangerously. If they succeed, I will burn everything. Evan shook his head. No, he said firmly. You won't. How do you know? A voice asked. The man in black stepped out of the shadows. Armed guards surrounded him. You cannot protect her forever, the man said. But we can shape her. Evan slowly stood. He placed the baby dragon behind his shoulder. You already tried to shape the world, Evan said. Look how that turned out. The man smiled thinly. History is written by survivors. Evan stepped forward. So is truth. The baby dragon screamed. A wave of golden fire burst outward, but stopped inches from the guards. Held back. Controlled. Evan placed his hand over her chest. Feel me, he whispered. Stay with me. The fire softened. The man's smile vanished. That should not be possible, he said. Evan met his eyes. You forgot something, Evan said. I'm not leading her. He took another step. She's leading me. The man raised his weapon. Then both of you die. Before he could fire, the stars answered. The roof tore open as light poured down. A massive dragon descended, scales glowing like molten gold. Then another, and another. Dozens. The city trembled. The man stumbled back in shock. The elders, he whispered. The lead dragon spoke, voice calm but absolute. The child has chosen, it said. And so has the human. Weapons fell from shaking hands. Evan stood beneath the light, baby dragon in his arms. He felt small, but not powerless. The lead dragon lowered its head. The next choice is yours, it said to the child. War or peace? The baby dragon looked at Evan, and the universe waited. The choice that burned the future. The city was silent. Not the quiet of peace, but the silence of fear. Ancient dragons hovered above the broken rooftops, their wings blocking the stars. Human soldiers stood frozen below, weapons useless in their shaking hands. At the center of it all stood Evan, a tired human, and in his arms the smallest dragon in the sky. The last flame heir. The lead elder dragon lowered its massive head. Child of fire, it said, voice calm and heavy. Speak your will. Every screen in the city lit up. Every world listened. The baby dragon lifted her head. Her flame did not roar. It shone. Evan felt her thoughts, clear and strong. They are afraid. He nodded. They always are, he whispered. The man in black dropped to his knees. This is madness, he said. She's a weapon. She must be controlled. The baby dragon looked at him, and for the first time, she spoke aloud. No. The word echoed across the city. Simple, small, final. The man screamed. She will destroy us. The baby dragon turned back to Evan. Will they? Evan looked around. He saw soldiers who did not want to fight, citizens hiding in fear, leaders who ruled from shadows. No, Evan said. They'll destroy themselves if you let them. The baby dragon closed her eyes. Fire spread across the sky. Not burning, not violent. Rewriting. Human weapons shut down. Control systems failed. Dragon rage faded into silence. The elder dragons watched in awe. She is not choosing war, one whispered. She is choosing balance, said another. The man in black crawled backward. You can't do this, he begged. Humanity needs power. The baby dragon stepped out of Evan's arms. She stood on the ground. Small, bright, unafraid. No, she said gently. Humanity needs courage. Light surged. The man in black vanished. Erased, not burned. Not punished. Removed. The sky cleared. Dragons landed. Humans stood. Evan felt the bond loosen, but not break. The baby dragon turned to him one last time. Stay. He knelt. I will, he said. As long as you need me. The elder dragon bowed. Then let this be written, it said. A human stood when the universe demanded obedience. The baby dragon looked up at the stars. A new age begins, she said. And for the first time in history, fire did not mean destruction. It meant hope.